Hello Exterminators! Recently, as you guys know, the Infestation update came out in Yeeps. Now, we're not here to talk about that today though. Instead, we will be talking about things that I think they could add to Yeeps. From things like new bugs, to new guns, and even a whole new bomb from an old effect that they added back in the Christmas update. I think this video is going to be great, and Trash Games, I hope you will consider some of these items. First up, I have these speed mites. So, speed mites are these small bugs that spawn in groups of 4 to 6. And what do I mean by that? Well, normally if you put a pincher bug egg inside a mob spawner, it'll spawn one pincher bug. On the other hand, if you put a speed mite egg inside a mob spawner, it'll spawn anywhere from 4 to 6, meaning there will be much more. But since they are so fast though, and they're so small, meaning they're hard to hit, they're also very, very weak and have very low health. So they're sort of more like a nuisance, I guess, but if in large groups, they can be very dangerous. Next up is sort of like a flying bug. It's like a dragonfly, I guess. I did take some elements from the Minecraft Phantom, the one that nobody likes. Anyways, it's gonna be like this blue bug, and it sort of like flies at like medium to high range, and it'll sort of dive down and attack the player, doing a decent amount of damage, maybe like 500, just like the pincer bug. But when it comes down, it'll take damage and stun it, it'll take damage on itself, but it will also get stunned, giving the player an opportunity to attack the dragonfly sort of thing before it flies away. Now, I think this would be really cool since you would actually have something airborne instead of everything just being on the ground. So this would force players to like keep an eye out above their head. So I like this idea a lot. To finish off the bug section here, I have this thing that's sort of like a centipede. Now, its entire thing is that it doesn't do as much damage, but it's more annoying, I guess. Think of something like maybe the animal or the upscream from Repo. It just crawls on the floor and it's just sort of annoying. Now, it won't do much damage, maybe like 50 or 100, but every time it hits you, it'll launch it back a bit, and it'll just sort of like charge towards you, meaning it could do a lot of knockback, and even combine, like say, if you end up getting stuck in a corner, it could also actually end up doing a decent amount of damage. So I think this would be a very interesting mob to add to the game. Now this next idea, and actually the idea after that, are both returning ideas from a previous video. I think it was the things to add to Yeeps for the war update. Now, what I have here, this is the equivalent of like an SMG, I guess, in some games. And it'll work very similar to a pellet gun. I'll take one out to show you. So the pellet gun here, this is one I have. When you let go, it'll fire a singular bullet. Some of us have figured out that if you pick it up with the other controller before you let go, though, it can fire 2 bullets. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm firing 2 bullets right now. I shot my couch. So this gave me the idea, what if you had a gun where if you let go, by default it'll fire like 4 bullets, and if you did this double glitch here, it would fire 8 bullets. Now this would take up like more stuffing. Normally when you fire a bullet, it takes away 50 stuffing. But say maybe when you fire out this, it'll take out 200 stuffing. And then if you do the double shot, it'll take out 400 stuffing, which is a lot more. Next weapon, as I said here, is a returning idea, but I feel like I have improved on this idea much more. Previously, well first let me introduce it to you, I guess. This here is the fuzz thrower. It's the flamethrower, except it shoots like a white fuzz, I guess. Or maybe it'll shoot flames, I'm not really sure. Now it'll work similar to a gun, I guess. Except you have to let go to activate it, and then once you let go, it'll just let out a constant stream of fire. So it'll just go destroying everything in the way, and damaging all mobs and Yeeps. And to deactivate it, all you have to do is just let go of it again, and then it'll just, whoop, all the fire stops. And I also think it would be pretty cool since, you know, when you let go of it, the fire is starting mid-air, so it's just like, in slow-mo it just looks like, and then like, fire starts. And no, I just thought it would look cool. And last thing about the fuzz thrower, it's gonna use a lot of cotton, like, a lot of cotton. Probably something like, maybe like even a whole 500 cotton per second of firing. So like every 10th of a second that it's firing, you're losing 50 cotton, which is a pretty fast rate. I might change that a bit later, but that's what I'm considering. My last idea here is for the people that for some reason like this. I know, it's a really random item, but if you eat it, it will give you one of two effects. As you see, I just turned red. This makes me very, very slow, and it limits my movement a lot. Now, on the other hand, let's see if I can get the other effect. Nope, I didn't. Seven times in a row for red. Alright, finally, as you can see, since I have gotten the good effect, I am now a radioactive yeep, making me insanely fast, so this is like a movement candy, I guess. Now, the green side, of course, I just mentioned, it's radioactivity. But, oops, I just ate it. But the red side, on the other hand, it does not have any effect, it does not have any bomb for it. So I was thinking, what if we added a bomb just for the red effect? I guess it would just be called the slowness bomb and the sticky slowness bomb. Not really sure, but it would just be a bomb and no grenade for it, no grenade for it. Because then, well, it just feels kind of pointless. And since the radioactive grenade doesn't exist, I just feel like the slowness grenade shouldn't exist. Alright, I'm getting distracted. Anyways, the logo, I'm not really sure what the logo would be. I'm pretty sure editing me and designing the model me would probably have already, first of all, decided the logo, and second of all, put it up here somewhere. But anyways, thanks for watching the video. I have suggested 3 new bugs, 2 new weapons, and a new bomb. So I really hope you liked this video. If you did, like, subscribe, join the Discord, please. It makes me happy. And see if maybe Yeeps or Trash Games will add anything in here. They should definitely hire me.